everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today's video is a classic. We've done a few of these before, but I'm always getting sent TikTok recipes to try, and I love filming these because literally every TikTok recipe I've ever tried has basically been a success. So I'm down to try anything. Now the first one we're going to be recreating is this one right here, and I've made the Nutella ones of these and they're really good. So I thought I would try the cheesy ones because these are a bit different. The Nutella ones, you dip them in egg and then you make like a French toast version, whereas this is purely like a grilled cheese, which just makes I just like things in a different way, do you know what I mean? And the thing with a lot of these TikTok recipes is that they're easy because they're normal humans making them, do you know what I mean? They're like normal humans that have just found a little hack for a fun recipe and they post them and then they just work. So I feel like this is going to be the ones. First of all, we have our little bread. We are a granary family. We're just going to roll out with a rolling pin our piece of bread until it looks like a tiny wee little thin pancake. To be honest, this is what my sandwiches used to look like at school. You know, when they've been like meshed about in your backpack or something, and then you get to lunch and you're like, a flat sandwich, delicious, everything I ever wanted in my life. This is kind of like my air fryer video. Do you remember when I did the one where I made those mozzarella dippers? Because this is kind of like that. So, and I love that. So then you just sprinkle your cheese on. I've pre-grated the cheese because I'm not being funny, but no one needs to hear me complain about grating cheese for the 100th time. I hate grating cheese, and I'm aware that you can get pre-grated cheese, but it's a lot less cost effective, I find, and it goes out of date much quicker, and I guess that's because it's been opened. I don't really understand, but it goes mouldier much quicker. So little lip right here with nothing on, and we brush melted cheese and then roll it into a little tiny crevice. And whilst I'm doing this, I am just going to say that next Monday I'm starting a new little series which I am so excited about. I basically tried out different skills. There were 3 episodes and I'm going to be putting them up the next 3 Mondays, and I basically learned a different skill. And the first one is I made fudge with like a real life fudge maker. So tune in next Monday at 5 PM. Make sure you're there to watch the video. I am a bit nervous, so I hope you like it because I literally took so long. I basically wanted to help show some love to some small businesses. And I wanted to learn the craftsmanship of like a proper talented person who knew exactly what they were doing. So the first episode is fudge. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. I'll be back to my normal videos, but I hope you do like it because honestly it took a lot of work. Trying something new, you've got to try something new, do you know what I mean? Otherwise, if you never try new things, you'll never grow and adapt. So I'll see you there Monday 5 PM. I'll be replying to comments. See you all there. Set your alarms, joking. And we brush the outside with melted butter, like so. Right, now, quite simply, you cook it. And I think these, in the video, they showed them dipping into tomato soup. And I just think that's exactly the sort of genius creations I like. So then you just put it in a hot pan. I'm just gonna give this little guy some rotation. Okay, we have the little roll right here. Beautiful, delightful, everything I ever wanted to see in the world. Let's see if it's actually any good. It kind of feels, I just feel like I prefer my little mozzarella thing that I created. It's not really super stringy. Maybe it's the cheese I use. The problem with this is that there's too much bread to cheese ratio. I feel like I need it, maybe I should have put more cheese in. It has potential, but it's not the best TikTok recipe I've ever used. But it would be good to dip in tomato soup. Just sweep that up, bang. This next recipe is the noodly doodly one. So I feel more confident about this one than I did the previous cheese one. Okay, so in here we have our butter. We then add a little bit of soy sauce. We're gonna go in with some chopped garlic. This recipe is en route to be a success. Garlic, love. Soy sauce, love. Noodles, love. I think we're onto a winner. And we then add some red pepper flakes, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and we let that cook for 1 minute until it goes all like nice and caramelized. Oh my word, it smells incredible. Okay, it has been 1 minute, and now what I need to do is I need to add my noodles. In they go. Why does that sound so so nice on the ears. Do you think it's like how, you know with dogs, when you say walkies, they know what that word means because it means they're getting a walk. So when you hear that sizzling sound as humans, do you think because we know we're about to get fed and we're getting food, it's like hits that sweet spot like it does for dogs? Anyway, we now add an egg. So let's give that a nice little toss around. I feel like it looked better before the egg got involved. Here we have the noodles. I don't know if you can tell. They kind of look a bit like chow mein that you make at home. Because chow meins that you make at home and chow meins that you get at restaurants are two different things. And we add everything but the bagel seasoning, or seeds, or whatever you've got. If you can't find everything but the bagel seasoning, because we don't have flipping Trader Joe's in the UK. One day it's going to come to the UK and it's going to be the best. You know, like when one day Whole Foods just opened up in London. It's going to be like that. Anyway, let's give these noodles a little try. It kind of tastes like teriyaki. Oh, good. And it's a good texture. Like, it's saucy, but it's not too saucy. The more I eat it, the more I'm actually very much into it. That was really good. I'm really annoyed because my camera fell over as I was filming this next section, so it lost the whole clip. But basically, I was making these pizza bagels, which I'll put on screen, and she says they're really, really, like, obviously a pizza bagel is a pizza bagel, it's good anyway, but she said the thing to elevate it is to add olive oil so it like stays crisper. So that's what I did. I added a little bit of olive oil. Now we'll see if it really elevates it to new heights. This is another little TikTok hack that I learned. If you keep your like fresh produce, that obviously can be kept in water, a lot of them last for so much longer. The thing is, I can't work out if it's crispy or not, but I just know that it's so good because it's a pizza bagel. And what's not to love about a pizza bagel? I think potentially it is crispier. But then at the same time, I don't know, because I'm just really enjoying a pizza bagel. It's the next day and we're gonna have a little sweet treat. So what I'm gonna do is, I feel like I always test the mug cake recipe on these things because mug cakes are very hard to get right. And if you do get a good recipe, then you're on to a winner. Now, I'm changing this recipe because this is a TikTok recipe that used peanut butter. But I was thinking, how could we change this? And I was thinking, Biscuit, make like a biscuit. I've never seen a Biscuit mug cake recipe. I might be wrong and there might be loads on the internet, but I've never seen it. So we're gonna have a go. It's 4 tablespoons of flour, plain flour, and then we go in with a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Now she says to add a tablespoon of sugar, but because peanut butter isn't sugary, but Biscuit is, I'm not gonna add any sugar because I feel like the Biscuit can be enough of the sugar. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. 1/4 cup of milk, 3.5 tablespoons of creamy peanut butter, but we're gonna go for Biscuit. Your chalky chips. I'm just gonna put a little sprinkle in, but I'm sure that she probably has a measurement, but I can always feel like it's a gifting to eyeball the perfect amount of chocolate chips that you need. Doesn't that look good? I mean, I know it's just a mixture at the moment. And then we bake it in the microwave for, I think, well, it depends totally on the temperature of your microwave. Like, some are so powerful and some are not. It was actually in for a minute. It smells nice and biscuity, but let's, oh yeah, okay. It's risen up nicely. I don't know if you can see that. Let's try this guy out. Wow, oh guys, it looks good. It looks really good, but I might be wrong. The texture needs a little work. It's a bit claggy and dry in the mouth, just a little bit. But maybe that's all to do with cooking times. But it's definitely got potential here. It's got potential. It's not amazing. Can you see? It's a bit flaky, but it definitely has potential. I feel like with a bit of twiddling around, this could be the perfect Biscuit mug cake recipe. Oh, it's actually really good. Okay, so the next recipe is what inspired this whole video. And it is these like crumpet garlic bread things that you do in the air fryer. But I'm supposed you could also do them in the oven. These look sensational. But I also just want to say, bear in mind this is the next day. I tried that, putting my herbs in water. Can you see how black they've gone? I thought that would work, but it really hasn't. So don't trust everything you see on the internet, do you know what I mean? But I'm still gonna use it because I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm gonna make some garlic herb butter. What you wanna do is you put the garlic butter on like this, smush it around. Make sure we don't scrimp here. No, thank you. We are not. So make sure you don't hold back because you wanna make sure the garlic butter can fall into the little holes. In fact, I feel like we need a bit more on here. And then you place whatever cheese you want on there. And then they lined their air fryer with some tin foil and you basically place them in the air fryer like back to back. Then I'm actually gonna top it off with some Parmesan. Now we pop it into the air fryer. Okay, here we have the garlic bread crumpets. Wow, because it gets cheesy on the back and the front. Again, I think it could have more cheese on it. Whoever came up with this is a genius. I think I put far too much garlic in it. I'm gonna be honking all day. The one I'm about to have, I actually tried on TikTok. This isn't really like a recipe, but people were all doing that like frozen honey, they were freezing. There was a lot of frozen things involved. And then this girl froze her like, you know when you go to Premier Inn and you get the little Nutella pods? I always sneak a few. Don't tell anyone. But you freeze this and it literally tastes like, obviously you don't need to get the little packets, it's just because this was what was in Premier Inn. You can get a big one, like a normal jar of Nutella, and then like poop little dots onto a tray, and then you can make your own like truffles with it. But the problem is it melts really quickly, so they wouldn't last for very long, so I think you have to like keep them in the freezer. So basically, do you see, it's all nice and, but do you see how quick it melts? I literally just took it out and already it's melting, but, oh my gosh. It's like, if you like praline, it's really, really messy. If you like praline, Gillian chocolate, the middle of Ferrero Rocher, this is basically what it tastes like. But it's so much better than just like eating a spoonful of Nutella because it's like a proper hard thing. I can't explain it, but I enjoy this. Don't like the frozen honey though. Don't know what that was about. Right, this is the last recipe. I'm actually gonna film a little reels for Greg's snacks for this. You can hear the air fryer in the back. I'm just doing some potatoes. But this one looks really simple, but it just looks like it's gonna revolutionize the way that I eat my food because I'm a messy eater. I'm sorry, I just struggle with eating food cleanly. And this basically is a cheesy wrap that you wrap the taco in. So it's like, oh, the problem is I think this wrap's a bit too big. I'm gonna have to see how big my taco is. I think they've used mini wraps. Yes. This is basically half the size, so I think I'm supposed to get a mini tortilla. I mean, I could double line it with taco, but I think there would be a lot of overhang. So what I might do is just stencil around the taco. So we have like, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'm the fool that didn't buy a mini taco, is what the mini tortilla should look like. Do you see what I'm trying to form here? Also, don't worry, this wrap's not going to go to waste because they make great tortilla chips. So I'm just going to cut those up, stick them in the air fryer with a bit of oil and seasoning, and bam! And then take our grated cheese and we melt it. Okay, I have melted my cheese on the wrap, and then you just pop your little taco on there, and then it will mean if it crunches, it's not gonna cause a problem. Do you see what I mean? I'm gonna add some mint. I'm gonna go with a bit of avocado. Is the beauty, and I'm gonna see if it is easier to eat. Oh my word. Genius. That is genius. Everyone needs to do this, okay? Okay? Bye everyone! Hope you enjoyed today's video. See you on Monday at 5 PM. Set your alarms. I'm joking. No one should set their alarms for me, but I hope to see you there.